The Minister of Water and Sanitation, Pemmy Majodina, is briefing the media on water supply challenges and interventions in Johannesburg. Let's take you live to that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Munama. Deputy Minister Mahlobo, Premier Panyaza Lisufi, I'm 1,000. MEC for Kokta, MEC Mamabulo, the Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Mayor Dada Morero, MMC members present here, the Chair of the Board, Rand Water Board, the Group CE, the Joburg Water, DG, and the entire team. The media houses present here, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and good afternoon to you. Johannesburg has kept us on our toes. These media houses were with Minister Ramakgopa. You are here now, but thank you very much. It is because of you that our people get to know what is happening around them and how is government intending to fix their challenges. We are here today to address the matters of water, especially in Johannesburg. It is not only Johannesburg that is affected by water disruptions in Gauteng. Media houses will remember that from the 18th of September, we had to put Gauteng on restriction level 1. And the reasons for that was that Gauteng is consuming more than they are supposed to. They consume more than 278 per capita per day as against the international norm that is 173 per capita per day. We met several times with municipalities of Gauteng, and I want to thank the Premier of Gauteng, the MEC for Kokta, all mayors of Gauteng. We met several times to bring to their attention that if they are not changing the mindset of the citizens, we might experience a lot of challenges around Gauteng. But today we are here for Johannesburg. Residents of Johannesburg have been experiencing increasingly frequent interruptions to their daily water supply, ranging from 4 to 18 days. We have received a lot of complaints, concerns from residents in various areas of Johannesburg. This causes great hardship for residents and is an impediment to economic growth to the city. Yesterday, Sunday the 10th, the Minister of Water and Sanitation, Ms. Pemmy Majodina, convened an urgent meeting to address challenges of water in the city of Johannesburg. The meeting was attended by Gauteng Premier Mr. Lisufi, the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, Deputy Minister Mahlobo, and Deputy Minister Sihlulo, the Executive Mayor of Johannesburg, the MEC for Kokta, Mr. Jacob Mamabulo, as well as the Rand Water, the City Power, and Johannesburg Water. The meeting reached unanimous agreement on the causes of water supply interruptions and what needs to be done to restore a stable water supply to the residents of Johannesburg. Ladies and gentlemen, Johannesburg Water, which is an entity of the city, buys treated water from Rand Water and supplies it to the residents of the city. Rand Water, in turn, buys water untreated from us as the Department of Water and Sanitation. Rand Water abstracts raw water from the integrated Vaal River system, which consists of 10 interconnected dams, including major dams such as Vaal Dam, Sterkfontein Dam, and the Katsa Dam and Mohali Dams in Lesotho. Rand Water treats the raw water so that it meets the drinking water quality standards. Rand Water stores bulk storage reservoirs and pumps it into municipality reservoirs. That is the value chain of water. From the municipal storage reservoir, the water either flows under the force of gravity or it is pumped through various distribution pipelines to the households and industries across the city. To ensure a continuous, reliable supply of water to users, even in times of drought, the Department of Water and Sanitation set a limit on the amount of raw water that Rand Water is allowed to abstract annually from the integrated Vaal River system. The limit currently for Rand Water to supply water in Gauteng is 1,802 million cubic meters of water per annum. The demand for water in Johannesburg has grown and continues to grow as a result of economic growth as well as population growth. The Department of Water and Sanitation anticipated this growth in demand and put in place the plans to address it as back as 1980 through the Lesotho Highland Water Project, which supplies additional water into the integrated Vaal River system from the Gauteng and the Mohale dams built in the mountains of Lesotho. The first phase of this Lesotho Highland Water Project was completed in 2003 and delivered 780 million cubic meters of water into the integrated Vaal River system per year. Construction of the second phase was delayed and it's going to deliver 400 million cubic meters of water per annum into the integrated Vaal River system from the new Podihadi Dam in Lesotho, which the project has commenced in 2022 and is due to be completed in 2028. In anticipation of the completion of the second phase of the Lesotho Highland Water Project, in 2028, Rand Water is implementing 35 billion 5-year rolling capital work programs, which includes increasing both storage capacity and water treatment capacity. To date, Rand Water has increased the capacity of the Zeker-Bosch water treatment plant to 150 million liters per capita per day at a cost of 3.5 billion. Rand Water is planning to implement further upgrades at the Zeker-Bosch water treatment plant to increase its capacity by a further 450 million liters per day by 2028. Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of water that Rand Water can abstract from the system is not being affected by the current closure of Lesotho Highlands Tunnel that is under maintenance. The Vaal Dam is currently approximately sitting at 33% full. And media houses have been asking me about this question to say there is no water in the Vaal Dam. I want to confirm here today that the Vaal Dam is sitting at 33%. Be that as may, that water is enough. It is only when the water is at 18% that we are going to release from other dams in the system to fill up the Vaal Dam. And we have water that is more than enough at Sterkfontein Dam to increase the amount of water in the Vaal Dam. The Rand Water is already abstracting water from the integrated Vaal River system at the limit set by the Department of Water and will not be able to abstract any more water until the second phase of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project is completed to provide additional water. The Rand Water is therefore not able to supply any more to the municipalities of Gauteng that is currently supplying, because the water that is abstracted at the moment is enough. As I've been saying, that what we are going through in Gauteng and all level municipalities of Gauteng, it is self-inflicted pain by municipalities where they were unable to do the necessary things, that is to operate their reservoirs and the water resource as well as maintenance. The main underlying cause of water supply disruption in Johannesburg is therefore at the peak demand for water is close to and occasionally exceeds the available supply from Rand Water. The demand-supply relationship for treated water in Johannesburg is very tight, and the system is vulnerable, and distributions caused by electromechanical breakdown or spikes in demand caused by heat waves. In addition to the completion of the second phase of the Lesotho Highlands Water, the meeting agreed that City of Johannesburg must reduce the leaks in its water distribution system and complete its current projects to construct more reservoirs and pumping stations to make its water distribution system more resilient to electromechanical breakdowns or spikes in demand. In 2023, our no-drop report said the department has since observed that Johannesburg is going through the non-revenue water, which stands now at 48.3%. And that includes physical loss, unaccounted water, illegal connections, as well as tankering. This is far above the international norm. Reducing water losses requires a multi-pronged approach by the city, including, amongst others, improving billing and revenue collection, to increase the funds available for maintenance and to provide better incentives for water to be used efficiently, improving pressure management, replacing aging pipes which burst frequently, and installing water meters and replacing dysfunctional bulk and customer water meters so that water flows can be measured accurately to determine the location of these losses. We are going to request to all citizens, when city technicians go across the streets to check the leaks, they must allow them inside their households to ensure that they get the leaks and close the leaks. But they are going to do proper identification, because we do know that at that period, even people who know nothing about water might come and take their chances. Johannesburg Water presented the measure which is implementable, which include, amongst others, throttling of water supply between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. This is in line with our restriction on level 1. To enable the reservoirs to level to recover overnight. If they don't do that, the reservoirs might not be able to fill up. So we're doing that overnight. The city intends to implement this continuously from the 14th of November until the system is fully recovered. Secondly, procurement of a panel of contractors for emergency repairs of large diameter pipe leaks, and as well as increasing the number of teams on standby during the week to attend the leaks and burst even during weekends. Increasing the number of repair and maintenance teams on duty during the weekend with the aim of improving leak repair responses, the time which is going to be a turnaround of 48 hours to 24 hours. Increasing the number of trucks available to its leak repair and maintenance teams. To implement the cut-offs of illegal connections in key informal settlements. Implementing advanced pressure management system, including the installation of 45 smart pressure controllers, that is to reduce the valves, in addition to the 15 which have been refurbished already by the city. Accelerating leak detection. To date, 12,100 kilometers water pipelines have been surveyed, and 2,396 burst pipes, 6,727 leaking meters, 442 leaking valves, and 259 leaking hydrants were identified and repaired. So these are some of the contributors which led to water disruptions. This intervention has provided an estimated water demand reduction of 9,457 million litres per annum. working with the National Treasury to put in place a public-private partnership for the reduction of non-revenue water to mobilize the private sector funding and expertise for reducing the non-revenue water. The meeting noted and strongly supported the approval by the Johannesburg City Council of a turnaround strategy for water, especially for Joburg Water. The turnaround strategy includes ring-fencing of revenues from the sale of water for the water function, because more than often, municipalities use sales of water for any other thing except to invest it back to the water infrastructure, as well as creating single point of accountability for the water function in the city. This intention is to give Joburg Water control over the functions related to managing water supply in the city so that it can be held accountable. Even after the second phase of the Throttling Highlands, a project that I've alluded to, Gauteng long-term water consumption will need to be carefully managed because there are limits to which further phases of Lesotho Highland Water or other water transfer projects can continue to provide additional water to Gauteng at an affordable cost. In 2023, the Northrop found that the average consumption, as I've said, is 279 per capita per day. This is 60% above average of 173 per capita per day, which is an international standard, which is anomaly, given that South Africa is a water-scarce country with limited sustainable water resources and amongst the top 30 countries globally. To address this, the Department of Water, Rand Water, the provincial government, and all the municipalities in Gauteng are working together with civil society, with the leadership in various sectors, business leaders, as well as experts, to implement a large-scale communications and awareness campaign regarding the need to use water more sparingly. The meeting noted that an independent body called Platform for Water Secure Gauteng has been established to manage this campaign, and that as a first step, a dashboard has been created by the Department of Water and Sanitation website to provide the public with detailed information on the status of water supply in Gauteng. Gauteng has no drought. We are not in a drought situation in Gauteng. Yes, we are in a crisis. The crisis that is caused by lack of maintenance of the water infrastructure, illegal connections, water tankering. However, given the commitments that we agreed upon yesterday, we can turn around the situation and people of Gauteng are going to have water if they can also adhere to restriction level 1. We urge communities to report vandalism of water infrastructure. The political leadership in the 3 spheres of government are confident that these measures will be when implemented, will have a good turnaround plan and strategy. With necessary, if we can implement them with necessary urgency, will change the situation in Gauteng and in Johannesburg City. We agreed that similar meetings will be held every Sunday morning. We'll be holding these meetings to ensure that we do assessment of the past week to check if communities have not been adversely affected by water shortages. I wish to make this clarion call that this goes to all of us who are water users. The user pay principle must be adhered to by all of us. Even if you think that you have been overbilled, you must pay your obligation, pay water whilst you are making your own queries and taking the matter up with the city. But if you don't pay and you leave your account to accumulate interest, it also impacts negatively on the accounts of municipality. We also want to urge the communities to report the leaks wherever they see them, report those who are vandalizing the water infrastructure, but don't pass a leaking tap, close the leaking tap. Let us join hands to overcome this challenge. The challenge is there, but if we adhere to what I've said here, we might have water throughout the year in Gauteng. But if we don't, we might enter into a disaster stage. At the moment, they are still on restriction level 1. We are not yet on 2 and 3. I heard some media reports that Gauteng is on level 3. We have not as yet reached that stage, but we do think that with this that we have put in place, we're going to turn the situation around, and wish to apologize to all residents of the city of Johannesburg that they've been subjected to disruptions and they were unable to access water. We do believe that water as a human right must be accessed at all times, and therefore our people must use water sparingly. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.